the individual and society. What does it mean to be a member of a community, to belong to the society in which you live? Well, the relationship of the individual to society is one of the mutual dependence. Individuals always adopt their beliefs and perform their actions against the background of particular social contexts. The individual lives and acts within society, but society is nothing in spite of the combination of individuals for cooperative effort. The relation between the two depends upon one fact, that the individual and the society are mutually dependent. One goes with the help of the other. Therefore, social contexts never decide or restrict, but only ever influence the beliefs and actions of individuals, so they are products of performances by individuals.
Aristotle and the Good Life.
Aristotle was a Greek philosopher and polymath during the classical period in ancient Greece. Aristotle's view that humans are social by nature stands in contrast to that of other philosophers who see human nature as less than social, possibly even chaotic. According to Aristotle, the good life is the happy life, as he believes happiness is an end in itself. In the Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle develops a theory of the good life, also known as eudaimonia. For humans, eudaimonia is best translated as flourishing or living well and doing well. Therefore, when Aristotle addresses the good life as the happy life, he does not mean that the good life is simply one of feeling happy or amused. Rather, the good life for a person is the active life of functioning well in those ways that are essential and unique to humans. Aristotle believes that if we have happiness, we do not need any other things, making it an intrinsic value. In contrast, things such as money or power are extrinsic valuables, as they are all means to an end. Similar to wealth, honor is not happiness, because honor emphasizes the individuals who honor in comparison to the honoree. Honor is external, but happiness is not. It has to do with how people perceive one another.
The social contract theory in the age of reason.
Have you ever wondered how governments guard and protect their citizens? Do you think that citizens have to give up some of their freedom in order to have protection from the government? Well, that is exactly what the social contract theory is. In moral and political philosophy, the social contract is a theory or model that originated during the Age of Enlightenment and usually concerns the legitimacy of the authority of the state over the individual. Social contract argues that individuals have consented, either explicitly or implicitly, to surrender some of their freedoms and submit to the authority in exchange for protection of their remaining rights or maintenance of the social order. The relation between natural and legal rights is often a topic of a social contract theory. Social contract theory is theoretical, which means that it is a proposed way of thinking. The idea of a contract is offered as an explanation or justification of a relationship between the individual and the larger society or government. An example that illustrates the social contract theory is the mandatory imposition of the government that all citizens must wear face masks in a flight. For example, I have bought an airplane ticket for a flight, but I must wear a face mask. Not just for my safety, but because it is required of me by the authorities. My right is that if I have a paid ticket, I should be able to get right on the airplane without any hindrance. However, the government's command is they want to ensure that air travel is safe for everyone. The social contract theory is that everyone must sacrifice some of their personal liberty by mandatory wearing of masks in order to allow the government to assure safe air travel for everyone. In this video, we will discuss 3 different views of the social contract theory of well-known philosophers.
Thomas Hobbes.
The first modern philosopher to articulate a detailed contract theory was Thomas Hobbes. Thomas Hobbes was a British philosopher who lived during the English Civil War. The work that expresses his political thought most completely is Leviathan. The social contract was seen as an occurrence during which individuals came together and gave up some of their individual rights so that others would give up theirs. This resulted in the establishment of the state, a sovereign entity like the individuals now under its rule used to be, which would create laws to regulate social interactions. Human life was thus no longer a war of all against all. In Hobbes' view, in the state of nature, humans are selfish, destructive, unprincipled, and at war with each other. But because humans are also rational, they realize that their lives will be better if they cooperate with others and live under the protection of a sovereign authority, namely the British monarchy. The social contract, according to Hobbes, is about giving up some freedom in exchange for safety. Political structure is required if there is to be peace and cooperation.
John Locke.
John Locke was an English philosopher and physician, regarded as one of the most influential of Enlightenment thinkers and known as the father of classical liberalism. He developed his social contract theory in his famous book, Two Treatises on Civil Government in 1690. His work greatly affected the development of epistemology and political philosophy. John Locke came out with a new interpretation of the social contract, rejecting Hobbes' earlier concept of state of nature. Individuals, to Locke, would only agree to form a state that would provide, in part, a neutral judge acting to protect the lives, liberty, and property of those who live within it. Locke says every man has a property in his own. People made two contracts, namely, social and political contracts. The social contract was made between the people themselves. They surrendered their rights to the community as a whole and not to any particular individual. Thus, they established a civil society. The second contract, called the government contract, was made between the people and the rule.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau, a Swiss philosopher who wrote at the height of the Enlightenment period. He saw humans in the state of nature as compassionate and essentially moral beings. However, when removed from this literally natural state into urban chaos, humans are subject to corruption and loss of their natural compassion. Rousseau moved to a new normative theory for social contract, meant to improve the state of mankind in the wake of accelerating social change. Rousseau believed that democracy was the best way to ensure welfare while maintaining individual freedom under the rule of law. His view of social contract involved uniting together to express a single collective will. In this way, the state acts as a moral person rather than just a collection of individuals. The general will is the will of a politically unified group of people that defines the common good, determines right or wrong, and established by passing laws. Majority vote democratically confirms general will. The social contract has also been seen as one of the defining texts of modern political philosophy, emphasizing the need for individuals to play a responsible part in civil society if they want their liberty to be assured.